This is the Jocko Underground Podcast, number 148, with Echo Charles and me, Jocko Willink. We have some Q&A from members of the Underground.
Yes.
What do we got?
Some guidance for life, which is very beneficial. All right, first question. Thank you for everything you do, giving hope to so many people, including myself. I have a simple question. What is the measure of a man? I'm sitting here, 45 years old. I never joined the military. I never done anything for the country, for the community. Is there some measure of endurance or some feat that you would consider the mark of a man? Spartans had their rituals. We don't have any rituals. What if you walked from San Diego to Canada? What if you did military type training? I'm looking for some kind of meaning, I guess. Is there some act that when done, you could look back and say, damn, that was manly of me. Climb a mountain. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Thanks for all your help.
That's kind of an interesting thought. My first thought was there's a scene in Caddyshack. You ever seen Caddyshack?
Yeah.
Where Chevy Chase, who's a tall guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking to one of the golf leader of the club,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, well, what'd you shoot yesterday? He's like, I don't really know. Well, what do you mean you don't know? He's like, I really don't keep score. And the guy goes, how do you measure yourself against other golfers? And Chevy Chase goes, by height. And the thing that's funny about that quote is it's arbitrary, and it's something that Chevy Chase is tall, this guy's short. I measure by height.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is kind of applicable here. Well, what are you into? And look, there's some stuff that people might think of, right? Whether it's like some kind of military activity, whether it's some kind of exploration, whether it's some kind of physical or mental feat that you do, whether you win the freaking chess championships of the world, chess.com. Sure. Echo Charles, what's your call sign?
All day. Echo Charles 24.
So
hit me.
If you're just going up in the rankings and you become the number one player in a game that's takes a lot of cerebral horsepower, okay, that's cool. Or if you're Alex Honnold and you climb El Cap with no ropes, free solo, is that a big deal? Yeah, it's an awesome deal. There's some people that don't even understand what that is, by the way. There's some people that are out of that ecosystem.
Yeah.
There's some people that would literally say that's stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fully.
There's some people that say, oh, you spend all your time doing chess. Why don't you go and study how to cure cancer, right? We understand. There's some people that look at a person climbing up a 3,000-foot granite face with no ropes and go, what are you pursuing this for?
Yeah.
Why would you risk death?
It's all irrelevant.
Your life is... So what's your perspective here? I think if I was to try and boil this down to say, what are you doing to be a good man, to be a good human? Help other people. Because I think at the end of the day, even when we look at the military and you say that's a heroic thing to do, why is it heroic? Is it heroic if you're out doing bad things? No, it's not heroic at all. It's supposed to be heroic because you're out helping. You're saving your teammates. Yeah. You're helping kill the bad guys so that you can save the oppressed people. That's what makes it heroic. Yeah. And I don't know, I can see that I'm subconsciously avoiding the term manly. Yeah. Because it seems a little strange, to me. Like manly.
Right.
Like there's negative connotation behind it in my mind. Maybe. Like, someone would say, oh, you think you're so manly. Yeah. Just seems like a weird term to me. But I kind of understand, but I understand what the intent of his word. Yeah. He's like, hey, how can I look back at my life and say I did honorable things as a person, things that are respectable, things that have meaning. And I would say if you were talking about honor and meaning and respect, I would go to what I was talking about, helping other people, and so what does an explorer do? Why is an explorer admirable? Because they take risk to open up new horizons. They find the new world. They go to the moon. They go to Mars. That's exploring and opening new horizons for humanity. Yeah, that's true. And even someone like Alex Honnold, he's doing something that is expanding the capability of humans, showing the potential of humans, inspiring other humans. So it's actually, as long as you're not one of the people that's saying, well, you could die, so it's stupid. A lot of people look at it and go, well, he really proved what humans are capable of. Yeah. He inspired people. He helped people in the world. So I think if you But I think if you're trying to break it down and you really want to look back at your life and say you did things that are good and honorable and respectful and meaningful, I would say the apex of that mountain to climb is helping other people out. Whether it's elderly people that need help that are sitting alone in a freaking old folks home. What do they call those?
Old folks home.
There's another name for it, a more like politically correct name. Yeah, I don't know. Senior
care.
living care. Yeah, something like that. They have a better, nicer name for it now.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's some kids, right? Maybe it's some kids that are, in a bad situation and they need guidance, they need mentorship, they need help, they need someone to teach them how to throw baseball, whatever the thing is. Maybe so there's people out there that are underprivileged people out there. There's people that are in need. If you can help those people, I think that's the honorable. I think that's the most meaningful, honorable, respectable thing that you could do. And if you want to throw the word manly on that, go ahead. That's my perspective.
Yeah, seems like as a man, I don't know, this could be just my bias, but it seems like the more useful you are, like just how you said, to others,
exactly.
So like fixing stuff, saving people, helping out in a way that needs to be done, like that's the thing. I think he might have been thinking along the lines of like, what is there like a mark, like a big one, like a rite of passage almost kind of a thing that kind of is like, hey, that's manly of you. That's like you're a man now that you did this kind of a thing.
Yeah, go out, contribute to society and sustain yourself and build a family.
Yeah.
Take care of your family.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it all. Yeah, I think we're kind of all enamored. Hey, we all are in one way or another when it's like, especially, when you look on TV and the news and like all this stuff and you have these like seemingly larger than life heroes, guys winning the Medal of Honor. It's kind of like, well, then you look at yourself, you're like, I don't win no Medal of Honor. I haven't done anything even close to that, And then I think that kind of precipitates into like these feelings, of like, shoot, what did I do? And you kind of go down the list and you're like kind of confused. Wait, I did this, but not that, So it's kind of makes sense that you'd wonder that. Sometimes.
Yeah, and when people earn the Medal of Honor, they do it by helping people.
Yeah.
They save other people's lives. They're able to push forward so that a battle can be won. They drag someone, back. That is a little excerpt of what we are doing on the Jocko Underground podcast. So if you want to continue to listen, go to jockounderground.com and subscribe. And we're doing this to mitigate our reliance on external platforms so we are not subject to their control. And we're doing it so we can give you more control, more interaction, more direct connections, better communications with us, strengthen this legion of troopers that are in the game with us. So thank you. It's jockounderground.com. It costs $8.18 a month. And if you can't afford to support us, we can still support you. Just email assistance@jockounderground.com and we'll get you taken care of. Until then, we will see you mobilized underground.